What's going on, everyone? Replacing a UConnect display in the 17 Challenger RT for you today. We'll start off and get this instrument cluster bezel removed. I'm going to speed it up, and this thing's really stuck in there. I just got a couple trim sticks and working around the edges, trying to get it to snap out of there. This one, similar to Ford and GM's, it has small plastic clips. And if you're careful, you won't break anything. Just kind of pulling and prying at the same time. All right, there we go. Got it to snap out. Two of the vents popped out. Nothing broke, but we'll snap these vents back into the bezel. And get that ready for when we go to install it. So for now, we'll just set that off to the side. And the display is held in with 4 screws. And on these Mopars, I don't know what that module is, if that's the audio control module or multifunction module. I know on Fords, a lot of times it'll be called the APIM module. But it has some coaxes, some antennas, data cable. We're just going to go ahead and unplug all those. And the unit is out. Pretty simple. Take this to the bench and pull the old screen out. And the screen has this metal cage. You just kind of pry up in all the corners. It's got little hooks. You just kind of work it in one area and just keep working around it. And then that metal frame will pop off. And on the bottom of this frame, it has a soldered on ground cable, so you won't be able to completely remove it. You can see there on the bottom there's the little cable. It's probably for static electricity. And I'm just going to set it up there loosely and not snap it back on. And then pull all the screws off the back of it. It's kind of sandwiched together in 3 pieces. It's got all the guts in the inside. There's a aluminum case on the back side and the screen on the front. Once all the screws are out, it just kind of falls apart. And inside there it has 2 ribbon strips. And on these ribbon strips they've got a plastic clasp or a hinge type of retainer. You just pry that up with the screwdriver. It just hinges up, and then that ribbon strip pops out. And just be delicate. Don't be a bowl in a china shop back there. We'll do the same thing there. Pop that hinge up. Snap that second strip out. And the screen is out. This new screen, there's the number. This is a trade-in. This is what the parts department got me. It's off of Amazon. I think it's about 200 bucks. I don't know what manufacturer it is. It doesn't really say anything on the box, but it looks almost identical to the original unit. So we're gonna swap over one of the ribbon strips, and the other one's already attached. There, I'm just kind of making sure everything looks the same. And this one is suffering from delamination and ghost touching. Really common on these. So swap that strip over. Just kind of put it right up into that hinge and then snap it over the top of it. Once that's on, we're going to install the new screen and connect both those ribbon strips into the module. Just press it up till it hits that gray hinge and then snap it down. There we go. We got both those ribbon strips in there. We'll just set it up there in place. And I don't know why I have a Motorcraft washer fluid bottle right there. Alright, so when you go back together, kind of have to make sure all three pieces there aren't pinched and aligned correctly. And we'll just start this center screw in the back. That wasn't product placement. I wasn't trying to advertise Motorcraft washer fluid or Milwaukee. Alright, we're just going to snug that up. And we're not going to snap that frame in yet. There is a screen protector, a film on this new screen. And on the bottom there you see the ribbon strip. You kind of have to make sure you don't get that pinched. Just push it up in there. And we'll turn it over and install all the bolts or screws, whatever. And snug them up. You don't have to get crazy on those. Alright, once that's done, just gonna lift up that frame there and peel off this protector. Then we're going to snap that frame on. Just press it on firmly and it's ready to go back in the vehicle. Just going to connect everything right back where we pulled it off from. Make sure nothing's tangled up. Slide the unit in. I'm going to just install one bolt, make sure it works. It says I was radio locked out there for a second and just cycled the ignition and unlocked me. Yeah, so far so good. It looks good. And if you want to do a reset, both the control knob center buttons, you just hold those in. I don't know if I got a full reset. I never saw any prompt on this one. I tried it anyway. Power it off, power it back on, and check the function of everything. Yeah, the display's responsive, everything looks and feels normal. And you can go in there and do a reset. We'll check to make sure the dimming works, the day and night mode. Yep, that works good. Now we'll complete the install, put the other 3 screws in, tighten those down. Yeah, there's no programming on this. Reinstall the trim. Make sure the vents line up in there. You got foam strips around it. Make sure they engage into the dash. Once those are in there, you can just press it firmly and snap it back in. Just give it a firm push. There we go. Looks great. No damage done. No tool marks left. Vents work. All the controls work. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next video.